Watch out, people. This is a hostage situation. Oh, let me go. I'm gonna get people to subscribe to my Patreon at patreon.com/MatthewDonald. Or damn it, this old lady gets it. Please don't hurt me. I've been a widow since 1947. I would love to see my great-granddaughter graduate college. Quiet, you! Oh, no. At patreon.com/MatthewDonald, you can find bonus content for both my shows, The Ritwit and Paleobites. For the Paleobites bonus content, we discuss pop culture featuring prehistoric animals, and this month we're talking about the classic 90s sitcom Friends. Oh, I love that show. The ladies and I watch that every Tuesday night before bingo. Quiet, you old bag! Oh, no. Now, I bet you're wondering, what the hell does that have to do with paleontology? There's no dinosaurs in that. You forget, though, that Ross, one of the 6 lead characters, and probably the lead character, although none of them are lead characters in the technical sense, as it's an ensemble. Yes, it is. Shut up! But he is a paleontologist, and there are quite a few episodes that have to deal with his paleontological work. I mean, he doesn't go on a dig or anything, but he and Rachel first sleep together in the Homo habilis exhibit. So how much more paleontological can he get, honestly? Going at it like animals, like their Homo habilis ancestors. Link is in the description. Thank you for support. Have a good day. Except for you old lady, because if you don't subscribe to my Patreon, this old lady will get it, I swear to God. I've broken free from my confines. I'm going to whack you with my handbag. You've been a bad boy. Your mother would be very disappointed in you. Subscribe to my Patreon. Roar, growl, snarl, bellow. Welcome to Paleobites, the podcast that puts the no in dinosaur. My name is Matthew Donald. Each week, it's just like, nope.
Okay. It's just usually when people do those, they go, who puts the no in dinosaur? But you were just like, who puts the no in dinosaur? So it took me a second to be like, wait,
where's the no?
Yeah, I was like, where's the no? You didn't spell it out for me.
Some of these are really forced. Like, remember the one where I did, like, the podcast that stinks so much, it puts the no sore in dinosaur?
Oh, that's more on the nose than this one.
Yeah, I mean, this one's just kind of dumb, just blunt. I mean, they're all, not that any of them are particularly intelligent. Anyways, my name's Matthew Donald,
yes.
and each week, I and a rotating series of guest co-hosts talk about and rate a genus of prehistoric animal, be it dinosaur, mammal, arthropod, and so on. This week, I'm joined by someone who dares to correct me in my intros, like I'm not doing them flawlessly. It's Lexi Ryan. How are you?
It's Your Majesty Queen Elizabeth II.
Oh, no. Oh, okay, look, if Queen Elizabeth is saying I'm doing some stuff wrong, then damn it, I'm doing some stuff wrong.
You will address me as Your Majesty.
I'm sorry, Your Majesty. Can I call you Lizzie?
Lizzo.
Lizzo. Oh, whoa.
Lizzo is not at all myself.
Okay, yeah, that's a different person.
She's very different from me. Quite younger and a lot more tall than I'm hunched over.
Hunched over.
Oh, God.
This woman's 99. I'm raking her over the coals.
Oh,
but I was doing an accent because of the topic of today.
Notice you're not doing a Welsh accent, but that's
because no one would understand it and be like, what the hell are you trying to say?
Did you ever see Doolittle, the Robert Downey Jr. one that I heard was terrible? It's like, because Dr. Doolittle is like this, it's like the doctor that can talk to the animals or whatever.
Right.
It's actually like an old-timey story that takes place like in Sherlock Holmes times. Like,
okay.
Like, it's only the Eddie Murphy movies that made it like modern and like,
okay.
Like in a different, so like really it's like sort of like an adventure series about this guy who can talk to animals. And this movie was an attempt to kind of go back to that, to like turn Dr. Doolittle into this Sherlock Holmesian figure. Like,
Are you just making the Sherlock Holmesian connection because he
of
played
Robert Downey Jr.?
Even though I've never seen it because no one compares to Benedict Cumberbatch?
Yes. Robert Downey Jr., for whatever reason, decides to portray him with a Welsh accent.
Did he say that?
He said that it was his choice to challenge himself as an actor.
To choose, like he was like, I chose Welsh.
Yes.
Okay, then I want to watch this just to see if he does a good
spoiler
job.
alert, I heard he's not good at it.
Yeah, it's real hard.
Yeah.
Which I don't even know if people have a context of why we're talking about whales and all this in the first place.
Okay, look, we're talking about Pendraig, I think, or Pendraig, or
I'm sure it's something totally not what you're saying. Are there a lot of consonants in it?
What?
Are there a lot of consonants in it?
No, it's Pendraig.
Drag. Okay.
Pendraig.
Drag.
Pendraig. It means chief dragon in Welsh.
Drag. Interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just thinking Welsh is such a weird language. DD is a th sound.
What?
A th sound. A DD, the letters DD in Welsh is a th sound.
Okay, so...
So like I lived on a school campus at their university when I studied abroad that was FFROEDEDD.
What?
And it was called, how you'd say it was Fridoedd.
Well, man. I apologize. This is the joke that comes to my head in advance, but like if like some girl saying, I'm a 32 for bra size.
Oh my gosh.
That's so...
Are you 12, Matt?
I am!
But
I host a dinosaur podcast. Of course I'm 12.
It's,
Like,
you know. That tracks. No. No, but like even the Welsh boy, I dated a Welshman.
Yeah.
And I could barely understand a word he said over the like probably 50% of the time in person.
Oh, I'm
maybe
glad you
70, and then over the phone like 20%.
But yet you made it work. It's like...
No, like that
mean,
relationship ended 10 years ago, but
Yes, but briefly you made it work. It's like my friend and co-host of the Ritwit, Matt David, who had a Japanese girlfriend and when he was in Japan. Yeah, and I don't know how they made that work.
Well, he spoke English.
She spoke a little English. He spoke a little Japanese.
Yeah.
But somehow they made
it work. Yeah, well, this is different because, like, Ben spoke English. It's just the accent. Because we were talking about the Welsh accent versus the Welsh language.
That's true.
So because in Welsh, the word, like, I remember with my boyfriend saying, I love you, is dwi'n crechte.
They have a lot of
It's very, like, and it's like... or like the King of Wales for a long time, and there's a movie I think separately by the same name. It's Llewlyn, and that's Llywelyn.
Cool.
Yep.
What a language.
Yep.
Anyway,
far too much about the Welsh language. Sorry.
So chief dragon type is a coelophysid theropod, a group of basal theropod dinosaurs from the early days of dinosaurs. What?
I'm just excited.
Okay. The way you were lifting around, I was like, was I accidentally doing an innuendo there without realizing things? It's like, you said basil, like oregano.
No. It's a herb.
No, it's in fact a carnivore. Anyways, it is also 3.3 feet / 1 meter long or 5 to 6 pounds.
Oh, so it's a tiny little guy.
Tiny little guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cute.
It's about the size
just like whales, a tiny little underrated.
Yeah, this dinosaur's about the size of whales.
I can already tell you I'm gonna love this friggin' thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Late Triassic, 215 to 201 million years ago.
Okay,
so early on.
What are some other big names around that time?
Have you heard of Platyosaurus or
Yes.
Platyosaurus?
Yes.
Yes. Location: Wales.
Huzzah! Where in Wales? Do we know?
Actually, I do know. It's in the. Okay, you're gonna have to tell me how to.
And I can't guarantee I'm gonna know, but you can.
All I know is that, again, speaking of like my stupid 12-year-old brain, it starts with the word panty.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Well, there's the FF, so that's like with FTH.
It's in South Wales, so.
Yeah.
The panty.
Another Wales fact is Wales actually recently put into law that they had to, in southern Wales, put both English and Welsh signs because everything was just starting to be English. And Wales, the Welsh language, was starting to die out.
Oh, well, don't do that.
So, yeah, I mean, that's culture. So they started a law where everything in Wales now had to have both Welsh.
Good.
And I was fortunate enough to be in North Wales where they still spoke Welsh because it's only 20% of the population that still does.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah,
well,
so like the other 80% would be able to read that and like not really only have a general idea.
That's the thing. Like in anthropology class, we were talking about like why we have to keep as many languages as we can because there's so much history that would be lost if all the people that spoke that language are gone, and we're like, what the heck does this say? Like, there's so many languages.
I mean, yeah, where would we be without the Rosetta Stone?
Exactly.
Right?
Like there are so many languages that have like one speaker left.
Yeah.
So they better be
nuts.
teaching it to someone.
Yeah.
Like, and because like as soon as they die, all the history we find that was written in that language, it's useless to us.
Just guesses, yeah.
So, yeah, to keep culture alive, guys. But of course, most sci-fi that take place hundreds of years in the future, and this is probably accurate, English is like the official human language.
Or British English.
Yeah.
If you've watched Doctor Who and they
the sun,
and they go to the end of the universe.
The sun never sets on the British Empire, and by sun we mean all the suns, I guess, in the solar system and the universe. Well, no, all the
the world
There's one
does revolve around the Brits.
That's true.
It's true, it does, literally.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Absurd.
Anyway, so, look, it was described in 2021. So,
Nice.
this year, as of recording, last year, when this episode comes out, pop culture appearances, look, as of recording, this thing was described, well, not, I say in my notes, around a week ago, because we've been trying to record these for a while.
Yeah.
So it's been a couple months at this point, but give it time. Give it some bloody time, why don't you? I don't know how Welsh people speak.
What did he usually say a lot? He'd be like, bollocks.
Give it some bollocks
I'm
time.
completely knackered. Yeah. Completely tired. Like,
you want to describe Pendraig in pop culture? Bollocks!
Yeah. I don't know if I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not even going to attempt.
Cold blimey.
Yeah.
Cold blimey, that's what it'd be.
Cold blimey.
Yeah, you're trying to do that.
You're trying to put Pendraig in popular culture.
Cold blimey, yeah.
It's, look, that was my attempt. It is
not bad.
100% wrong.
Well, there's all sorts of classism, and Welsh is like the lowest class.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well,
so
there's a lot of animosity.
Cockney.
There's a lot of animosity between, just like the English and the Scots, between the Welsh and the English.
You got the posh and you got the Cockney.
Well, I remember we were at a bar right when we arrived in January when I studied abroad, and we met these in a pub in London. And we said, we're going to Wales, and there were some, Londoners, and they're like, oh, you're going to sheepshagger country, and I was like,
sheepshagger country.
That's what the English say
what
about
are they doing
the Welsh.
To those poor sheep?
Like we don't have that much of a beef with Canada. We just say that they're super nice and they have good syrup.
Oh, so it's an insult.
It's like, oh, you're going to sheepshaggers? No,
I thought you were saying that was just like a name.
No, I'm saying that's the joke that it's such farm bumpkin town that you're shagging the sheep. So there's a lot of animosity there. It's interesting, but England doesn't have this cute little guy. So
it doesn't. Remember when I talked about how discovered and described are two different things in the Xenoposeidon episode that we did? This is a creature whose fossils were found far earlier than they were officially described. About all this time, there's a reason for it, a bit kind of a silly one. So back in 1952.
Okay. That's right.
Right when I took the crown, when my father passed away.
I was going to say, Lexi, you're...
February 6th, in 1952. I, Queen Elizabeth.
Look, Lizzie, you're damn old. No, you're all right.
That's quite rude.
Yeah, no, it is rude. I
I
apologize.
will revoke your knightship.
No, I was knighted this whole time. I didn't know it. Now I'm not knighted anymore.
I break wind in your general direction.
No! And you're old, so it's going to stink and be stale.
Oh, God. Why?
Hey, you're the one who brought it. I made it worse, though. Anyway, so back in 1952, back when Queen Lizzo, except different Liz.
Her farts were younger then.
Yeah. Back when she first took air. An expedition in that panty fiend quarry.
It sounds like you're about to say panty fiend quarry.
That's what it looks like!
That's not okay.
It's bad. I know it's bad.
P-town.
But that's what it looks like.
That's not any better. P-town.
This place in South Wales was described some bones belonging to this creature, along with the bones of
South Wales.
Along with the bones of Terrestriusuchus, a small terrestrial crocodilomorph, and the always funny to hear, this is a real dinosaur, Panty Draco.
Panty Draco.
Yep, I bet some Harry Potter fans would approve of that.
Draco's panties.
The fossils that would later be described as Pendraig were at the time classified as a subspecies of the dinosaur Syntarsus. Funnily enough, Syntarsus is now a defunct species, having been reclassified as another species of coelophysis. You know coelophysis?
Sounds Greek.
I mean, all the dinosaurs are Greek, but...
This one sounds more Greek.
Okay, and that's true. Not all the dinosaurs are Greek. There's some in China that are named after Chinese. And this one's Welsh, so Pendraig.
Yeah,
so... In fact, it's actually becoming more and more common to not name dinosaurs after Greek stuff anymore.
Yeah, this one just likes olives. That's the Greek stereotype I got.
Coelophysis likes olives?
I guess.
I mean, maybe. Except it was a meat eater. But who knows? It could have dabbled in a few olives.
Well, maybe it only ate meat that ate olives.
Oh, okay. That could work.
Were dinosaurs even in an area where olives were?
I highly doubt it. Hold on.
Olives probably came... Alright, you're about to get a fun fact about when olives started to happen.
Olives. Okay, olives, temporal range, late Pleistocene to recent, 0.06 million years ago to now. 0.0.
Okay, so olives are recent.
Very recent. Pendraig was originally classified as a species of dinosaur that was later on classified as a species of coelophysis. But this, meanwhile, was different enough. But some doofus done goofed, and the fossils were lost in the vast catacombs and collections of the Natural History Museum in London. You had one job, paleontologist: find bones and study
Friggin'
them.
English
I
bone.
know. Like, what bullocks is that? Like, find bones and study them in museums. How hard could that be? So the fossils sat in storage in the museum's collections for nearly 70 years, which sounds like a long time. Again, these fossils have been sitting in the dirt for over 200 million years. So
It's not like it hurt him, but
yeah,
still.
but they appreciated the brief change in resting location. Thus, the two paleontologists, Angela Milner and Susanna Maidment, managed to rediscover the fossils, and after a brief examination of them, realized they were different enough from the previously classified Centarsis, but actually coelophysis, and were like, hey, that's a new genus, let's describe it.
Neat.
And so they did. So that's the way I'd like to describe dinosaur species, just finding them in the museum, being like, this is different. I don't like the outdoors. This is one of the reasons why, as much as I like dinosaurs, I would never want to be a paleontologist. Just going out in the Badlands, in the desert, in the heat, excavating heavy
Like
rocks.
getting to name stuff.
You get to name stuff, or you could just get a couple drinks, go into the catacombs of the museum, look at all the species, find the differences. You could describe 10 species in one night without ever leaving the building.
Yeah. Like, where's the adventure?
Adventure, smedventure. I'm like a standard hobbit.
That's a bad rhyme.
Yeah, I know it is. But look, I'm like out of all the Lord of the Rings races, as much as I'd be like, oh, I'd like to be an elf or a wizard or something. No, I'd be a hobbit.
Feet are too big.
Yeah, feet are too big and too hairy, and plus I don't like being barefoot
Gross.
all the time.
Grosser.
But you get to just hang out and smoke weed and like.
And they do all have really nice hair.
They have really nice hair. They drink. They don't worry about
They
anyone
be
else.
merry.
Yeah.
I'd be an elf.
Yeah, of course you would.
Yeah. Yeah.
But would you be an elf? Yeah, you would be an elf.
I would.
No, actually, no, you're right. Starting a tea company is pretty adventurous. So.
Would I be? I think it would be like an elf or maybe an ent.
An end would be good. You could just spend
That could be
so
nice and
long,
slow.
yeah, just talking about nothing for hours.
Yeah.
I do that all the time. Anyways, maybe I would be an ent.
Yeah, right? Yeah, so I'd be an elf or an ent.
Yeah, I'd be a hobbit or an ent. Yeah. Or I'd probably be a ring wraith pretty quickly. People be like, oh, look at this shiny ring. I'm like, cool.
Or on some days, maybe even a golem.
That's true. Look at this shiny ring. Precious.
Give it to us raw and wriggling.
Yeah, you keep nasty chips. And speaking of chips, I guess that's not really like British. I was thinking of British fish and chips.
Fish and chips?
Yeah.
British?
Yeah.
I guess if you say, speaking of chips, like that,
Speaking
maybe.
of chips.
There you go.
Yeah, not really. But anyways, you could describe like 10 species in a single night in this method, but it is not adventurous. But that is the dream, I think. But Pendraig means chief dragon in Middle Welsh, and it shares its etymology with the legendary character Uther Pendragon. Father King Arthur, an absolute dick all around, at least if BBC's Merlin
Camelot.
is an accurate representation. Do you ever watch Merlin?
I never saw it, but I did watch the made-for-TV movie with Helena Bonham Carter and Martin Short and Sam Neill
that's
in the
cool.
90s
Oh, that sounds cool.
called Merlin.
Yeah.
And Rita Skeeter.
Oh, yes, of course. I like how you use her character
I don't
name.
know her name.
Her actress name.
Yeah.
But, alright, so in the wild, Pendraig would have been a small predator feeding on insects and smaller reptiles, and probably wouldn't have been terribly fierce. In fact, it's another one of those dinosaurs that might have made a good pet. Especially if it had,
is
like,
so cute.
it had the feathery fuzz, like some people imagine it had, too, so.
Yeah. It looks like, I mean, just in the depiction you showed me,
There's
similar
probably
to
gonna be-
Ducky.
Oh, yeah. It's probably similar to Ducky.
Yeah.
Ducky, I'm assuming, is a lot smaller.
Ducky, what is Ducky?
Oh, man, that is such a loaded question. No one knows.
Oh, okay. I didn't
Because
know.
all the other dinosaurs have such, have specific species. Ducky, it's claimed
Isn't
that
she a pair,
she's
para-
claimed to be a Parasaurolophus.
yeah, that's the one that makes the noise, right?
Yes, plus her mother looks
I
like
guess a lot of them make noises. You know what I'm talking about.
yeah, no, I'm like you see her parents, and they look so similar to another type of duck-billed dinosaur just called Saurolophus. No para.
Interesting.
And that is just a weird choice because all the other dinosaurs in that group are very famous stock dinosaurs like Apatosaurus, Triceratops, Stegosaurus, Pteranodon, And then you got Saurolophus,
Yeah.
but she's mainly
She's very small, though.
She is very small. But
And I've told you that sad fact about that voice
oh no,
actress, right?
I know that story. It is the saddest
so sad.
thing.
Google it if you want to cry.
Yeah, Judith Barcy is her name, or was her name.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this location being an island at the time, I guess Wales is an island now, but like a smaller island.
I mean, technically, like, Wales itself isn't an island. Like, the UK is an island.
Okay, so this is one thing I don't get. There's so many names for this place. You got England, you got Britain, and you got UK.
No.
I'm assuming they all mean different
Do you not
things.
understand the geography of... You told me you took geography, Matt, in college.
Look, my geography's
Okay,
not about the people
so,
of like certain places. So
to be fair, other people have asked me this too, and it shocks me. So, basically, you have the United Kingdom, which is a full island. The United Kingdom includes Scotland.
Oh.
It includes England. It includes Wales, and it includes on an island, Northern Ireland. Because then there's so this is the all of UK, and then there's this little chunk off to the side that has the rest of Ireland, and then Northern Ireland.
And so Ireland is not part of the UK, but Northern Ireland is.
Yes.
Okay.
Like Belfast, that's under the Queen's realm. So Wales itself is attached to England and Scotland, so it's not an island.
Okay, so England is a country.
England is a country, not an island.
Okay.
Scotland is a country, not an island. Wales is a country, not an island. The three of them make up an island known the United Kingdom. And then off to the side, another little piece of that small island of Ireland is also part of that kingdom.
Okay. Now, what is Britain?
Britain is also UK. So it means the whole thing minus the main part of Ireland.
Okay.
And honestly, you can leave this in or take it out, but I feel like a lot of people need that education.
No, I'm going to leave this in.
yeah.
Because that's fascinating. I figured there was something I was missing.
Yeah, well, because most people, when I would say I'm going to Wales, they would, I could tell that they would be like, cool, but I don't exactly know where that is. And frankly, I don't think, besides the fact that I friggin' love, I'm an Anglophile. Yes. I love the UK.
Yes.
You know that about me.
Yes, of
I've
course
always loved the UK.
UK's great.
The men, the weather, the television, it's great. So
Brexit's no good.
Yeah,
but,
well, you know, and you know,
Nobody's
Boris
perfect.
Johnson's no party either. But still, yeah, I think it might be more common to not fully understand that if you haven't been there. So.
I knew there was something. I kind of assumed that England was the country and UK was the whole thing. But I didn't know the specifics of it. So
Yeah, and I can also tell you that it's very hot. Like, if I would used to refer to my boyfriend and introduce him like, oh, my boyfriend's British, and he'd be like, no, I'm Welsh. Like, what I'm saying is accurate because Wales is a part of Britain, but it's the culture, the pride.
No, I get that.
You know, and
it's kind of like I'm an American, but no, I'm really a
Coloradan.
Coloradan. Yeah,
100%.
Like, yeah, I'd much rather be referred to as a Coloradan than an American.
For sure. I mean, these days, right?
Ugh.
Yeah. Anyway.
I actually would more be referred to as a dinosaur man. I'm one of those people.
I'm an American. I'm a Canadian. I'm a dinosaurian.
Yeah. But see, here's the thing. This is a weird thing about me.
I live in a land of dinosaurs.
I do. It's in my imagination.
It's in my mind.
You know, there's 23andMe. Figure out, like, you know,
totally.
where you're from, you know, where your ancestors. Some people are
100%.
really interested in that stuff. I couldn't care less.
We've talked about this.
Yeah, I don't care where I'm from.
Because
I'm just Matt, you know?
Yeah, my mom found her whole family because she's adopted through that, so I have a different experience.
I guess that could be one thing.
And I also am very interested to be like, why do I have some of the features and traits that I have that are characteristic of, you know, I have brown hair. What are some places that have brown hair? I mean, I find it interesting, but everyone's different.
I remember when you told me you were a quarter Mexican. I was
my mom's half Mexican.
Yeah, I'm like, that actually makes a lot of sense because I know a lot of like Latina girls. Some of them look a lot like you, and I'm like, that makes sense now.
Yeah,
so
totally. So it is interesting, but not to everyone.
But like, I don't like. I guess it could be interesting to see who I'm related to. But
yeah.
But otherwise,
that's the same thing. Though.
In terms
that's
of like what countries my DNA
you don't have,
is
you don't
from,
have any desire to be like proudful.
No.
Or pride. I mean, and you've traveled out of the country, so that surprises me.
Yeah, no, I've traveled to like England and Russia and some other, and like some places in the Caribbean.
So hold up. You've been to England and you didn't know that stuff?
No. It was England when I was young.
Okay.
I was young.
I'll give it to you.
I was 8 years old.
Okay.
So
okay, all right, fair.
I think I'm a quarter Italian, and I think I'm some other things, but I don't know what, and I don't really care.
And I think that's totally fine.
Like, if someone were to ask where my family
Well,
was
it's also
from,
like I was raised in a household that my last name's Ryan. My dad, he took us when I was 6 to Ireland to see our Irish family. So it was part of my family.
No, and some people obviously view that very important. Like,
I mean, we have family in Ireland now, so
I guess it's just kind of indicative of my personality too. Like, I love my family. I love my family very much.
But it sounds like that wasn't super pressed on you as a kid.
It wasn't, and also I also like found family. Like my best friend Matt Seibert. He's basically
he's
basically my brother.
Friends is family.
Yeah. If your family sucks, I am under the impression that you have no obligation to have any association with them.
Which is awesome. And not that I've wanted this, but my family, I'm the only one in my family who feels that way.
Yes. Like,
because I've had disagreements before and my siblings have been like, but they're family. you gotta, and I'm like, who says I gotta?
Blood is thicker than water. You know what else is thicker than water? Manure. Like,
Now I'm the gross one because I thought of a different liquid.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay. But
Anyway.
let's rate Pendraig 1 out of 65 million, shall we?
Ooh. Oh boy, I don't know.
I feel like you're pretty biased this one, but hey, that's what's
100%.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to say.
I mean, it's from one of your favorite countries, and it's cute. And let's think about like. So we thought it was like that coelophysis one that I described, that I was telling you about earlier. Coelophysis is a dinosaur we have hundreds of complete skeletons of. That is one of those ones that we know everything about. So sometimes we get super lucky on that. Sometimes there's some dinosaurs like we only know of a few scattered bones and only certain things. But there's some like coelophysis we have so many complete skeletons.
This one, when you said I was biased, I was going to give a perfect score. But then you said I was biased, so now I don't want to do that.
Nope, who cares?
It's perfect.
My favorite dinosaur.
Fine. It's perfect. It's cute. It reminds me of a place I love.
Yep.
And yeah.
Yeah.
It's cute. It's cute.
Yep, 65 million from you, huh?
66, actually.
It's exactly the time of the dinosaurs died. It really should be 1 out of 66 million. So that's just you giving it an A plus.
I thought it used to be 60. When we've done this before, it's been 66, hasn't it?
It is officially 66 million.
So I'm giving
on
it a
this
perfect score.
podcast.
Yeah, on the podcast.
No, it's always been 65.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, so.
I'm gonna say 66 anyway.
Oh, that's fine. No, if you're
It's
biased,
even better
if you're
than.
biased, go ahead. Like my favorite dinosaur, which I've done on the show before, Sign Raptor, the Starman Megazoic books. I give it like a 65 billion. So
Oh yeah, Wales.
There's no
Represent. I don't know if you have any Welsh listeners, but.
a few.
Gymru am Blythe. That means Wales forever. I was in Bangor, North Wales.
Yep.
On the northwest coast. It's very much country, very much like Hobbiton.
Well, of course, there's a lot of sheep frickers
There's
there.
much. Whoa.
Well, sheep shaggers.
Yeah,
I
sheep
apologize.
shagger.
Yes. All right. So 66 million, 65 million from. No, actually, I mean I like you, but I'm not that much of a kiss ass.
It's fine.
I'm gonna give it like a 50 million.
There you go.
Yeah, because it's cool, and I like the story behind it. As a lazy person, that would be like how I would like to describe dinosaurs.
I like the Welshness.
The Welsh are good, and it's named after Arthur Pendragon.
It floats my boat.
50 million. All right, that's it for this week. If you want to get a hold of the show, you can contact me at matthew.creator.com for any general questions to any of the co-hosts or me. Also, if you want to follow me on social media, I'm at Matthew Donald Creator on Facebook, at MatthewDonald64 on Twitter, and MatthewDonald64 on Instagram. Where can we find you?
I am on Instagram, Lexi Tate 44.
And you also have a tea company there.
Yes, it's at the Quirky Kettle.
Good stuff. Any chance for any Arthurian teas? Maybe?
Oh, there's gonna be some. I'm sure at some point
Yeah.
some of that. Yeah.
All right. I also have a book series on Amazon Megazoic available for print and Kindle. No Pendraig in it because this was discovered after my books had already been out.
There you go.
So I have an excuse. I have a valid excuse. My next, if I ever go back to the series, which I've been thinking about doing a couple times.
Yeah.
I'll include one of these probably.
There you go.
Yeah.
Like cute. Yeah.
Anyways. All right, well, that's it for this week. I'll see you at the end of every episode of Paleo Bites. God blimey.
Cool, blimey. Knackered.
Bollocks.
Pot of tea.
Whatever.
Run to the loo. Bobby and the lorry. Fish and chips.
I
Banger
believe-
and mash.
I believe everything you're saying. Here,
Banger
our
and
actual
mash. Tea kettle.
tea kettle.
Tea kettle.
Of the quirky variety, right?
Yes. Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
Anyways, bye.